Hi everybody, Alex here from Expert Forex, and in today's video we are launching generation 4 of our grid trader range. And the beauty of this range is that the settings are supplied. So it makes the range 100% beginner friendly, no guessing required, just use the settings supplied. And secondly, as you can see, the results have been absolutely phenomenal. So here I am on the Grid Trader webpage. You can see that there are 4 versions of the Grid Trader. I'll go through each one. And then it's important to note this warning due to the launch being over and the fantastic results that have been achieved by these Grid Trader EAs, we will be more than doubling the prices of this particular one. So now is a good time to purchase. Okay, so it all started in this video where I explained how grid trading works, and over 360 viewers have viewed this video, and it's still being viewed quite strongly every month. So we then created a simple grid trader. We're trying to make grid trading as simple as possible, and you'll see that free grid trader is the most simple robot that you will ever come across. It only has 2 settings. Now there's a few videos you can go and watch to tell you more about it, but essentially you can see here there are 2 settings. You need to tell the EA what your grid gap size is and what kind of lot sizing or position sizing you're using. 2 things, and we actually tell you the sizes of the grids and the lot sizing that you should use. No thinking required, just plug and play. And I'll show you why it's plug and play, because of the results that we're getting trading those particular settings. So how does grid work? It basically, you start with a buy and a sell. You cash in when one of those transactions reaches a grid level, and you just make sure that at each grid level where the price is, there's a buy and a sell, so that you can be assured of a positive transaction no matter which way the price moves. We leave the negative trades open, and you just trade continuously. And amazingly, as time goes on, that will turn into a money printing machine. Then we moved on to generation 2, and what generation 2 does is says, look, we don't want all these hundreds of open trades floating around. What we want to do is prune them down or close them all at some point. And what we say is, tell us at what point you want to close all of those deals, and you put in a profit figure, let's say $10. When all of the open trades and all the closed trades since your last cash in equal $10, it will just close all the trades. Now here's an example on this chart where there's a whole lot of open trades over there. At that point, it reached the profit target, which in this case was $300, and it closed all the trades. Now when it closes all the trades, it starts again. It starts from scratch. It opens those two trades, and it will start again. And then it started again and went off and cashed in a whole lot, and at that particular point, the total of all of the cash ins plus the open trades equaled $300, and it then closed again. So that's a really good refinement to the grid, because then you don't have all these open trades floating around and building up overnight charges. And here you can see in the settings, again, it's the grid size that you need to tell the EA about, the lot sizing, and then it says at what dollar amount do you want to close the basket of open trades. And then once you've closed it, do you want to re-enter straight away, or do you want to rest? Then we moved on to generation 3, and generation 3 says, well, one of the biggest fears of grid trader is that the price will run away in one direction and never come back. So what we've done is we've put in the facility where you can increase the grid size as the price moves in a certain direction. And what that does is, firstly, it reduces the number of open trades because there are bigger gaps between the lines, and it therefore is a risk reduction method. And this little chart here shows you how it works, downwards and upwards, and reduces the number of open trades. So that's generation 3, and essentially the settings have changed here, where you say change the gap by a percentage. Now there's 0 in there now, but you would most probably put in 20%, and that 60 would become 72, and the 72 would become 80 something, and so on. So it will increase as the price is moving away from your starting point. And now we come to generation 4, where we now say, oh, but if we use this philosophy, what can happen is that the buy and sell legs will need to move a lot to get to the next grid level. So you can see the sizes just increase and increase tremendously, and that reduces the ability to cash in. So what we've done is we've basically said, okay, now we're going to create 2 grids. We're going to create a with a trend grid and an against the trend grid. So only the against the trend grid will increase in gaps, but the with the trend grid will stay the same, which gives it so many more opportunities to cash in. It can come back and cash in, come back and cash in at those small levels, rather than waiting for these big levels to occur. A very big change to grid system, and we have now reached a point where grid system is becoming safer and safer because of these 3 generations, but also because of the taking notice of the gap sizing compared to the currency that you're trading. So what we're saying is that low volatility currencies need small gaps, high volatility currencies need big gaps, and that's the big difference that makes grid trading extremely safe. Then also the lot sizing, very conservative lot sizing, helps with the risk management. Now we've also created a summary of all the grid ones. You can see, you just click on these labels and you can read more about the various variations, and there's also a video out which looks at 6 grid trading strategies that you can go and have a look at. Now here's the most important part of this page. It's the results. I've told you all the technical stuff about the EA, but what if it isn't achieving results? And this is one of the main motivations why we are more than doubling the price. So here's an example of a real account that has gone up 74% in only 47 days. That's phenomenal results. And the beauty is it's got very little floating profit and loss. And there you can see the statistics, relatively small drawdown, nice success rate, and a beautiful result. And this is based on a $300 real account. So you can trade the system with small accounts. Then we've got another one. This is a test account. It's a demo account. It has more than doubled its balance. Also the same thing, really good success rate, low drawdowns, and a nice big return. And then here's the most important part. We have created portfolios trading the suggested settings, and here are 20 of those accounts. They all started with $300, and this particular one is the demo test portfolio, and you can see the results again, that doubling of the one account. There's a whole lot that are lining up to double, and in total there's only 2 negative ones, and you can see they're only slightly negative in this whole batch of 20. But great returns that are being generated by the grid trader there. Now we go to the live portfolio, and we see that all the live portfolio accounts are positive. There's one lining up to double pretty soon. It's just around the corner, and that one will double. And so the success rate, if you look at the success rate, 100% success rate and a 90% success rate over here. Fantastic returns that we're generating. And I've been trading the grid trader for 22 years. Initially on a manual basis, and later we automated it. And what we have now, we have refined it to the point where the risk have been reduced to a very small amount of risk, and the income management has been fantastic. It's generating lots of income. If you don't have $300, you can use cent accounts. Cent accounts allow you to trade an amount in cents rather than dollars. So if you, for instance, got $100, that will be equal to $10,000 on a cent account. Have a look at this video. It explains it in a little bit more detail. Okay, so the next point is, where can you buy this one? And here it is. You can purchase it here. Note it's not suitable for US traders because it hedges. You'll always have a buy and a sell together, so it's not suitable there. And here's the warning. Prices will more than double in roughly 3 days' time. And here's an analysis of the 4 versions of the grid. I'll go through them because there are points that might need some more explanation. The free one, as we've seen, is so simple. It only uses 2 inputs. Trades profitably when used appropriately. So appropriately means you have to have the right lot sizing and you have to have the suggested gap sizing that we suggest. It does take a week or 2 for the grid to mature to a point where it starts printing money. Up until then, you will experience drawdowns, so don't be surprised if you have slight drawdowns, but it will mature and print money. Guidance is provided in the settings and the upload and installation of the EA. This is a 30-day trial, which does not repeat. So unfortunately, you won't be able to repeat this trial. You cannot do optimization because optimization isn't required. We're supplying you with the settings. And it cannot be used on live accounts because it is a trial. But, you don't want the trial to finish and you're on a live account and the EA will stop managing the trades open. And it's available on MT4 and MT5. So that's the free one. This price will double, but it will make no difference because it's free. Then we look at generation 2, and it has all the things of all the good things of the free one, but it can be optimized. It can be traded on live accounts. It offers enhanced drawdown management by grouping the EAs, the open trades in a basket and closing them when appropriate. And here's the thing with licensing, it can be used as often as you like. You can use it 120 times as long as you don't use it on more than 2 computers at the same time. So if you want to, if your one computer falls over and you have to move everything to another computer, that's okay as long as you don't use it on more computers than 2 at the same time. And it's available on MT4 and MT5. So then we move on to the next one, all the benefits of the previous one, but it has the option, as you've seen, of increasing the gap size as the price moves away from your starting point. Then generation 4, again, all the benefits of the previous one, but it has the benefit of separating the grids into a with a trend and against the trend grid. Fantastic development of the grid system into generation 4. Now, if you've bought one of these before and you want to go to generation 4, we have put in a mechanism for you or to purchase the next version at a reduced price. All you have to do is go to your EA factory download page, the one you downloaded your original purchase from, and there will be options and PayPal buttons for you to purchase the next one. And here are the current prices, roughly $50 for the generation 2, $80 for generation 3, and $120 for generation 4. And those prices will expire in 3 days and 13 hours. Now, I hope you're as excited as I am about the results that this fantastic EA produces and the ease at which they can be traded. There are only 5 settings at the most that you have to worry about, and all of them are explained and suggestions are made to what you should be using. So it is the easiest money printing robot that you will ever come across. Ideal for a beginner, but also ideal for the most experienced trader. As always, links to anything in this video will be in the description of the video as well as in the first commentary of the video. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio. Just a reminder to join our Expert Forex community of over 30,000 Forex traders. It is free, so don't miss out on any new developments. A link is in the description of the video.